For any Xbox or PlayStation codes or cheap games on any platform, use the referral link in the description. It'll take you to g2a.com. Use the promo code CHES over there and you'll get yourself 3% cash back. For all No Identity merchandise, hats, hoodies and t-shirts, follow the link in the description down below to the No Identity Fan Fibre website. Hey guys, welcome to episode number 1 of season number 4. We are no longer a Football League club. We made it into the Premier League last season. We are now finally at the top level of English football. How well we'll do at the top level of English football in our first attempt remains to be seen. Not only are we now a Premier League team, we also got 4 new signings on pre-season contracts. They've come in from Marseille with Roman Alessandrini. From, I can't remember where, with Jeffrey Beer, the left-sided midfielder. From somewhere else in Spain with Hernan, and from Atletico Bilbao in the form of Beñat. I genuinely couldn't remember who Hernan and Jeffrey Beer were from, but they've come in. All are improvements on the players, on the positions in which they're playing in, other than the wide midfielders. But, of course, we're moving to a 4-2-3-1 this season, which means that Navarrete is now playing at cam, which means Alessandrini can slot into the starting lineup on the right-hand side. Beñat has come in at CDM. Now, Hernan is higher rated than Ruben Loftus-Cheek, but Ruben Loftus-Cheek has more potential and is younger, and obviously I mentioned that I wanted to try and build the team around him in that central midfield position this season, so I'm going to be training him up in the central midfield position rather than at cam. He already has half-decent tackling stats at 68 stand tackle, and obviously can play in centre mid. I'm playing him at CDM, but he should be pretty capable there, especially once we've started to train him. Hernan and... actually, where's Jeffrey Beer? Where are you, Jeffrey? There he is. I'm going to put Beer on the bench as well. So we've got Hernan and Jeffrey Beer on the bench. Of course, Navarrete can play on the right-hand side. So if Alessandrini comes off, Navarrete can move out wide. And I'll just bring on someone else into CDM. And Loftus-Cheek can move up to cam. So that's the side we're playing with. You'll have to let me know whether you think I should play Bennett over Davinson Sanchez. Sanchez obviously rock solid for us last year. Bennett, however, is younger and higher rated. Not sure what to do with regards to that particular position. You'll have to let me know. Now, with regards future potential signings, I was excited to get into the Premier League because I was hoping for a big budget, or at least a significant boost to the budgets we've had in previous years. However, we've come up to the Premier League and they've given me £6 million with a wage budget of 36. Now, there isn't really much I can do with that at this level whatsoever. Almost at all. So, the options we have at our disposal right now are either, we have 3 options. Sell these rotation players that I'm not going to need and try and use what minimal funds we can raise to bring in maybe one decent player. We could, although this is an option I'm not really too keen on, sell one of Navarrete, Hamilton or Greco for as much as possible to fund this entire season, or we could stay as loyal as possible to the side that got us to this level and maybe make the odd improvement here or there if we have the funds available once we've moved other players on, maybe a left back, but not really do much this season with regards to transfers. Wait for next year, and if we get given a crap budget next year as well, then I'd use a financial takeover. I'm not wanting to use a financial takeover this first year in the Premier League. I don't want to do that. There is the availability of another £4 million to come from the pre-season tournament. I was hoping again that we, considering we're now a Premier League team, we'd get offered pre-season tournaments that would give us 8, 9, 10 million pounds. Unfortunately, still the low-level pre-season tournaments available to me. So we have Zaragoza, Freiburg and Groningen in our group, and up to 4.2 million pounds will be available if we win that particular group, or that particular pre-season tournament, sorry. So there is money to be made, but whether it's enough to bring in more than one signing, I'm not sure. We will undoubtedly get offers for our youngsters in this window. And if I get a ridiculously stupid offer, then I might be forced to take it. But I will take your thoughts into account, of course, and I won't do anything drastic unless I have clearance from you guys. With regards to the objectives for this season, same youth objectives as last year. really a shame that we weren't given something fresh to try. Brand exposure, that hasn't updated. Within 3 seasons, increase season ticket holders with at least 10% of the stadium's capacity. I don't know how to do that other than to play well on the pitch, and we won promotion, so why that hasn't gone up, I don't know. I've no way of telling how to achieve that, so I'm lost with regards to that one. I apologise. Financially, reduce the wage budget by £4,250 a week. We have that for the 2nd season in a row. We weren't able to do it last year, but this year we should be able to do it by moving on the players that we have, because I'm not... Last year I had the money to bring people in before players went out. Right now, I need players to go out before I can even contemplate bringing someone in. Domestic success, they want us to reach the round of 16 stage of the FA Cup again. Well, we'll get entered in at the round of 32. No, the 3rd round. We get entered in the 3rd round, then it's the round of 32, then it's the round of 16, then it's the quarterfinals. So we need to win 2 FA Cup games, basically. And with the league, they want us to finish mid-table. So you'd say anywhere from 8th to 15th I'd say would be mid-table. So that's what we're aiming for this year. I've absolutely no idea how we'll get on this season. None whatsoever. We start the season with a game against West Ham United at home, and then we have Tottenham away. As of yet, a very slow start to the season, although there will be a... Actually, let me just quickly check. Yeah, no, it hasn't been drawn yet. There will be a Football League Cup tie put in there somewhere, of course. And if we get through that first round, there'll probably be a second Football League Cup tie to be played in August as well. But because we're now Premier League, we will stop simulating games. I'm going to play every single game from here on out. So we'll be full seasons from now pushing forward. I am going to be trying out the 4-2-3-1 in this first game of the season, of pre-season against Zaragoza in today's episode. And then I will, considering there's not much I can do to bring players in right now, I'm just going to record ahead a couple of videos whilst I get your suggestions on board. So obviously this is today's. Tomorrow I will play the remaining 2 group stage games, and then the day after that, providing we get through, of course, I will play the semi-final, and then providing we get through the final as well, and then I can halt again and take on board your suggestions for a second time. It just gives me the opportunity, with a busy week upcoming, to be able to record a couple of videos ahead without it really affecting the progression of the series. So that's what I plan on doing. On Thursday, I'm actually going to look at a house. So I might be moving out. If I do end up moving out, then streams will be coming back, etc., and I'll be able to produce more content for you guys. So whilst the content, well, there won't be any effect to the content right now. I just might have to record ahead a little bit more and not quite be so interactive with you guys in the comments, just because I'm busy trying to find a house. But once that happens, then there's just going to be an influx of extra stuff to the channel. So all looking good for the future right now, both for the channel and for me personally. So thank you very much for all of your support on all of the content on the channel, especially this series. If you're excited about the Premier League season, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any of the Premier League season. Let me know in the comment section down below, where do you think we'll finish this season? I've absolutely no idea. I'd be very happy with avoiding relegation, to be completely honest. I'll be very happy with coming anywhere above 13th, 14th. I'll be happy with that. Just to quickly show you the stats of the players we've brought in, I will quickly go in here and I'll show you, because we had a squad report at the end of yesterday's episode. But these are Benyat's stats. He's 31, so they probably will start to drop a little bit, but he's still better than anyone else we have in that particular role by a margin. And obviously, we could at some point, maybe even in January, send him on to replace him with someone else who's younger and of similar quality. So I'm hoping, though, he's going to be fantastic for us in that holding role. Very much looking forward to using him. On the right-hand side, we have Roman Alessandrini, of course. Rapid, decent on the ball as well. Nowhere near as good on the ball, of course, as Lino Navarrete, who has 99 ball control and dribbling. But he's still going to be very, very effective for us there. And Lino Navarrete will be able to quite adequately play at cam, and hopefully, whilst I continue to train his finishing and his long shots, should become an extremely influential player for us in that position. Hernan, these are his stats. Again, better than anything else we currently have in that central midfield position, but I do want to concentrate on Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I reiterate that. So he's going to be a rotation player for now. And then the other guy was Jeffrey Beer, who looks fantastic, actually. Really, really good all-round player. I'm not sure what other... I think he could play anywhere across the middle. He can play left mid or right mid. I thought he could play cam. Pretty sure last year it said he could play cam as well. So I've kind of been misled there, but I'm pretty sure I could play him at cam anyway. Can Alessandrini? Alessandrini could play on either side too. I'm almost certain, in fact I am certain, that Jeffrey Beer last year, when we were scouting him, it said he could play cam. Clearly his stats are good enough to be able to play anywhere across the midfield though, so it's not going to be a problem, apart from CDM, with regards to those tackling stats. 22 stand tackle, 19 slide. But yeah, that's the situation right now. So we will try and sell on players like Chavlaran and Trippets and Petrak. And we will try and bring in some more players once we have a little bit more money. You guys, again, let me know your feedback in the comment section. Do you want me to sell one of my higher valued players? Shall we keep them? Shall we show faith in the squad that got us up to try and keep us up and see what we can do in the Premier League? Like I say, not doing a financial takeover in this season. It will be season 5 at least before I consider doing a financial takeover. So, yes, we've not got much money, but we're going to work with it for now and see what we can do. I'm going to jump into this first game, though, against Zaragoza. I'm going to have to change the squad around a little bit, though, because Joel Osoro and Shane Hamilton are currently at the World Cup. So we'll shove Lozano into the starting lineup, and I'll bring Emre Moore onto the bench. And we will put Cooper in goal, who's yet to play a game for us, but now will be. And it would be nice if he was valued a little bit more, actually. What I could do is sell Hamilton and continue to train Cooper, and he could rather quickly become a very good goalkeeper for us in that position. And then we could call up the other youngster we have in the youth setup to be my rotation keeper. So we can maybe sell Hamilton for 30, 40 million, step Cooper up to first team keeper, and bring the youngster up, who I will quickly show you here. The youngster whose name escapes me, Aidan Watson. We could call him up and start to train him, and he could be my rotation keeper. It's up to you. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think I should do in this window, because obviously, as is the case with any series that I do, your feedback. I'm going to have to take Joel Osoro out of the... Or is there someone else that's involved in international... Jamie McLaren is involved in international duty as well. Fair enough. Let's put Zeros on the bench. Apologies. Right, now we'll go and play Zaragoza. Let me know all your feedback in the comment section down below, like I say, because every series on this channel is highly influenced by your feedback in the comment section. So, let's jump in. Here's Andres Barrera. Somehow manages to get past the defender. I'm waiting for the pullback. There it is. And Ruben Loftus-Cheek, despite the awkward pass, has done very well there. In that defensive role, of course, now. And tracking back well. He might be down default as a cam, but he was able to quite adequately track back there and get involved. Here's Navarrete, and he's quite keen on pushing forward as well, it seems. So it looks like he wants to be involved at both ends of the pitch this season. Oh, lovely turn by Lozano. And he's in here. Anthony Lozano, 1-0 Cambridge after 6 minutes. Brilliant start. Top defensive work from Ruben Loftus-Cheek in that opening few moments, which gives me great confidence that he's going to be a superb player for us in that role. We go straight up the other end. And Anthony Lozano, our new cover star, of course, brand new thumbnail being used today with Lozano and Ruben Loftus-Cheek both involved in it. And Lozano, despite the fact that Joel Osoro was going to be, or probably will at this stage, be my starting striker in this formation now that we only have one striker in the starting 11. Lozano giving me something to think about there. Whilst Joel Osoro is off with Sweden at the World Cup, Lozano stepping up to the plate and scoring after just 6 minutes of the new season. Thankfully, defending well enough to ensure that we don't concede just 9 minutes into the new season. Although, giving the ball away, but Cooper makes a smart save. Chances at both ends of the pitch. This is quite an entertaining first few moments of season number 4. Clearly Zaragoza raising their game now that they're playing a top flight side, of course. That's going to be another corner from this side. Bradley Halliday won that particular encounter. Barrera whips that to the edge of the box. Not really too sure about Alessandrini's first touch, but we've gotten it away. And I'll play it in front of him. And he's quick enough to get there, and he's quick enough to run onto it as well. I can see the man on the far side, but he's not going to be quick enough to keep up. Alessandrini can try the Berber spin. It's a good tackle, but I can't beat the keeper to the ball. Never mind. Nice lung-busting run by Alessandrini there. End-to-end stuff here. If the whole season is going to be this breathless, I'm going to struggle to commentate it all. I'll end up with a red raw throat because it's been non-stop so far. Navarrete. Look for Alessandrini. I'm going to go back to Navarrete here, and he's done well to take that in his stride and get past the defender. Alessandrini's there. Get the cross in. It's deep to find Greco. I see the man running on the edge of the box. It's Gieselman into Navarrete. Lay that back for Benyat, who can hit them. Oh! I could have sworn that went over the line. I'm having a look at the instant replay. Hide that. Telly. Benyat, like we say, can hit them. It's a great strike. Now, keeps. Have you kept that out? Oh, he's done brilliantly because the power on it. Look, you can see the power on the shot actually knocked him back into the goal by a goal. He's done amazingly well there. Wow. That gives me confidence, though, that Benyat might be able to score a few bangers for us this season. You guys know how much I love a long shot. And with a player like Benyat in the side, we might be able to score a few this season. Hernan to Alessandrini. Shrug off the attentions of numerous defenders. Somehow manages to squeeze it to Hernan. In here to Benyat. Good first touch. And here to Jeffrey Beer. Lozano is arriving. And, oh, very nearly sold the defender as well with that touch. Edu Garcia through to Javi Ross. Around the outside. Ball in, looking for their equaliser. I don't know what Bradley Halliday is doing there. He's not had the best of games here, actually, Bradley Halliday. It's been a little bit dodgy at times, but never mind. Our 1-0 lead is still intact. Ruben Loftus-Cheek could send this down the line here for Benyat to run onto, although not the quickest. Someone who is quite quick, though. This man, Alessandrini. Try to go around the outside. No, let's dart inside. He's done very well. And into Jeffrey Beer, who's just come on his unofficial debut. Buries the ball in the back of the net. We lead by 2-0. And Ruben Loftus-Cheek is standing inside Jeffrey Beer's arm. What a way to welcome your new teammate to the club. Never mind. Good turn there, and actually very good finish on his left foot. Back across goal. Extremely good finish. Back across goal into the back of the net. 2-0 Cambridge. This 4-2-3-1 formation seems to be agreeing with us so far. Shadows turns that back into Bradley Halliday. Cross here to Jeffrey Beer. Poke there for Emery Moore. We're in for potentially a third. Emery Moore across goal. Awful attempted shot on target. Absolutely woeful from Emery Moore there. Jeffrey Beer can't get that under control, but the game is very nearly over. Particularly disappointed at Emery Moore there. I thought I put more power on it than that. Zedos will win that back though, trying to, and then lose it again and cleared away. Still time for one more opportunity from this throw-in. I have been genuinely quite impressed with the 4-2-3-1 so far. It's going to take a while to get used to, of course, especially in a competitive scenario, but Jeffrey Beer is really announcing himself here. Seems like he's going to be very, very good for us on that left-hand side. That raises the question, as I was mentioning earlier on, or in fact I mentioned it, I think it may have been in yesterday's episode, that Greco isn't necessarily suited for Premier League football. Now, we do need to raise some funds, and Greco is valued quite highly. And clearly, Jeffrey Beer, could be quite the adequate replacement. Despite being a lot lower rated, he could be an adequate replacement for Greco. I'm very much undecided about what to do in this transfer window, which is why your feedback is going to be so important. I will, in the process of the next couple of episodes, try and sell on players like Xavier Chavaleran. These fringe players that we know that we definitely don't want. I'm going to try and sell players like this on, raise as much money as possible, and then we'll be able to fully address the situation with regards to the rest of the squad and any more potential signings that we might maybe make. Like I say, do not want to use financial takeover this season. Flat out refusing to use a financial takeover this season in the Premier League. Don't want to do it. Next year we will contemplate it if things don't go our way with regards the transfers we want to make. Another offer for Chavaleran, and I did notice there was an offer for Shane Hamilton. Now it would have to be ginormous for me to contemplate it, and it is pretty damn big. Now this would be the transfer that would make the most sense to make, because we have two other goalkeepers at the club, one of which I can call up, the other one I can train quite drastically over the upcoming few weeks to get near to Shane Hamilton's overall rating. I think Hamilton's overall rating is only that high because his kicking is 99. I'm going to ask for 65 million. If they meet it, superb. If they meet it, then that's wonderful. let me show you. I'll compare Hamilton's stats to Cooper's, because I think Hamilton's overall is slightly inflated because of that kicking stat. Reactions are clearly very much in Hamilton's favour. But as you can see here, reflexes, there's only 2 difference. Positioning, there's only 1 difference. Kicking, it's 20. Handling, there's only 1 difference. And diving, there's only 3. So there's actually not that much between them at all, really. And I could quite easily have Cooper's diving, handling, positioning and reflexes all up at where Hamilton's are within the next month or so in game. Maybe even before the end of the window, because we're still 6 or 7 weeks till the end of the window. The only reason Hamilton is 82 overall is because of that 99 kicking. Take that away, and he's probably only about 78, 79 rated at best. He's 2 inches taller, but is that really going to make much of a difference? I think that might be the answer to our conundrum with regards to finances. That genuinely might be the answer we're looking for, because then I could call up Aidan Watson. We could train him. I think that might be it. I will, of course, like I say, get your feedback on it. But after a very convincing 3-0 win against Zaragoza, in tomorrow's episode we'll play Freiburg and Groningen, and then we should get ourselves through to the knockout stages where more money will become available, and we will take it on from there. But like I say, your feedback is very much influential with regards to what happens in this transfer window. What we're getting here. St Johnston are going to match the 1.5 for Chavaleran. That's fantastic. An offer for Lozano that I will, of course, be rejecting. I'll reject all offers as well. Just put him on the thumbnail. Not going to sell him straight away. Preston can have Chavaleran as well, but again, they'd have to meet the 1.5 valuation. Still waiting for offers for Trippitz and Petrak, but that might come in the next few days. So drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further videos. And I'll see you next time.